So one of the things we've talked about the four stages of the stroke: the setup, the entry, the power phase, the exit and recovery. The pedal goes through three phases. There's one phase that we want to avoid. That phase is is what I call air paddling. If we set up too high, there's the space between here and when it hits the water, right? This is air paddling. This is useless, no value at all, right? The next phase is slippage. Slippage is unavoidable, but we want to reduce it as much as possible. And slippage is from when your tip first hits the ground until it gets buried. Now, if we have we have air paddling, and we have a long period of slippage, and the paddle only gets fully buried here, and then we pull it out here, this is the only effective stroke that we have. It's too short. So that's why we want to have our setup. Then we want to have a good entry, aggressive entry. Now look how much effective stroke we have. We have all of this that we're pulling the canoe forward on. So very important, we avoid air paddling, we reduce to the minimum the slippage, and then we have more effective stroke, and the effective stroke is what's propelling the canoe forwards. Okay, we're paddling along, we've got a nice, now our length of stroke, remember we've got from here, we're going, and this bottom hand should get to about the hip. Top hand shouldn't go past your knee, so that's where the knee is. The top hand doesn't go past the knee, right? So it stays in front. If it's going past your knee, then you're now pulling too far back, right? So we want to have here and here. Now, a normal, there could be slippage happening or some air paddling. So one thing is first, you just pull back, right? You can see here we had a splash, right? That's quite clearly the paddler is pulling before the paddle's buried, and you've got a big splash coming up behind, right? The other one is you can hear it. Listen. Right. So we also have slippage happening the whole length of the stroke here. Now compare that to a proper good stroke. And okay, you can see a proper stroke, deeper, right? We have less. Now you're going to hear a little bit of cavitation simply because we're not moving. Right, that's great.